to thank you again for tuning in. And if you haven't done so, like and subscribe because we have additional videos that are up and posted as well as more to come. First of all, I want to kind of talk about something that I deem to be very important as it relates to anyone who's trying to pursue a form of success, whether it's a calling, whether it's a career, whatever you're trying to go after. And it's going to be a topic that can be quite challenging for the most of us. And what I mean by that, when we begin to start looking at what is success and what is a requirement to get there, you will come to discover that it requires for you to have maybe certain individuals in your life. And that don't sound like it's problematic just by itself. It becomes problematic when we are trying to figure out who those individuals are supposed to be. And why is that a challenge? Because similar to myself, I know many of you have experienced individuals who have betrayed your trust, or maybe you have betrayed people's trust unknowingly and unintentionally, but nevertheless, you are left with trying to figure out how do you move forward and allow for other individuals to come into your life to help you to be successful. Because listen to me, as human beings, we are social creatures, and you can go back to the beginning and begin to start thinking about Adam and Eve. God said it was not good for Adam to be alone. Also scientifically, it's been proven that a newborn baby, if they don't receive social interactions from an adult figure, they can actually die. So it is critical for us to have that social interaction. But the question is, why is it so tough then to find people of which you're going to be able to trust, people you're going to be able to bear your heart to, and people who are not going to betray you? And I must tell you, my friends, that is the question. How do we find people like that? First of all, I would tell you is that typically you will attract things that you invest a lot of energy in. You can spend a lot of time talking about who you don't want to meet, and you'll keep meeting that same person over and over again. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Same personality types and etc. So what I recommend for individuals to do is, first of all, acknowledge when pain has happened, acknowledge when you've been hurt, and in your prayer time and etc., and maybe if you're a journaler, take time to actually write out what was the attributes of that person that drew you to them. And some of you, it may be the same type of person, right? What drew you to them, and the pain, what's keeping the pain persistent, and why are you not open to other people? And most likely you're going to find it's linked up to that trauma and etc. And so I would encourage you, if you have someone you can trust, maybe starting to vet people through. And something else that I learned that I would tell you is trust but verify. We know that we're taught that you'll know a tree by the fruit that it bear. You can't judge a tree before the time. And what can happen to us as people, we will see a person maybe sound like, look like someone who has done us wrong, and we'll discount them so quickly, not knowing that they may be the person to walk us into what we need to be walked into as far as our next step concerning our purpose and our destiny. So I'm going to encourage you, first of all, some of you, you have to stop kicking yourself like, why did I pick the wrong persons? Why do I keep picking the wrong people? I'm sorry. Why do I go off like this? You got to, first of all, understand and be okay with the fact that you are a loving, open person. People who are loving and open, yes, we get burnt sometimes, but guess what? We also find individuals who we can grow to love and appreciate because they will keep our best interest at heart. And so one thing that I'll encourage you, if you want to where you say it's me against the world, you say things like it's me against the world, I'm going to challenge you in that. If you want to say I can't trust nobody, I'm going to challenge you in that, because there's how many billions of people in the world and you have not met all of them yet. And not that I think you want to, but I just simply want to encourage you just to process through, because there are some things we can do by ourselves, but there's a lot of things that we can't do by ourselves. And often the visions and dreams that we have is not designed for us to do by ourselves. That's why the Word of God tells us to write a vision, write a vision upon tables, make it plain, and when men see it, they can run. And I'll tell you that, is it a possibility you can get hurt again? Absolutely. Absolutely. But guess what? It's a possibility. You can get hurt if you choose not to allow for people in your life. That's how this thing works. And I know it's tough, but I'm going to encourage you. Trust and start verifying people around you and see who you're going to be blessed with. Okay, I hope this is helpful, and stay tuned. Again, keep looking on our channel. We're gonna keep posting different videos and